Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Halleck Creek Ranch Fundraising Gala, Buckles and Bling 2020.
Hey guys, Amberly Snyder here. Just want to welcome you guys to all being here. We are super excited. We know usually this event is held in person, but of course we are virtual this year. No matter what happens, we know how to overcome the barriers and keep moving forward. So just like we normally would, we are here for this virtual event and we're so excited you all are as well.
Halleck Creek Ranch is the best place for riding horses with volunteers and our group of riders. I enjoy spending time with the volunteers and my friends there. We laugh a lot. We have a lot of fun. The horses are helping me to be a strong woman.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Michael Pritchard, and I'll be your MC this year for Halleck Creek's first ever virtual Buckles and Bling fundraiser. We're so grateful to you for taking the time to be with us this evening, and we can't wait to share with you these incredible stories of how Halleck Creek Ranch is making a difference in the lives of the people they serve. Some of you might know me from years of being a stand-up comedian, having worked with comedy legends like Robin Williams and Jerry Seinfeld. But what I really love doing now is helping build community. One of my favorite ways to do this is to advocate for the work of local nonprofits like Halleck Creek Ranch. They make the world a better place. And as some of you may know, typically the folks at Halleck Creek held a dinner and an auction to raise these funds, but due to the pandemic, that couldn't happen this year. Instead, we offer you their first ever virtual fundraiser, which will be an hour-long celebration of all things Halleck Creek Ranch, including interviews of volunteers and participating families, some gorgeous footage of the horses and the ranch, and even a few special guests. Now, folks, don't worry. This event will be held strictly over one-way video, so you don't have to worry about people seeing you. And let's not forget that the two most important parts of tonight's event, we're here to raise funds for Halleck Creek through a live Fund to Need portion of the evening, as well as introduce you to this year's honoree, Pamela King, an amazing spirit, and as we award her the Silver Buckle Award. So without further ado, I ask that you get comfortable, chill out, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Halleck Creek Ranch has provided therapeutic riding and equine-assisted activities for over 43 years. And what's so therapeutic about this ranch is that our program participants come out here to a very supportive community of volunteers and staff members who have been trained about their needs and some of their challenges, and who can recognize what those challenges are and how to best support them and help them grow.
I knew I was at home here at Halleck Creek when I had the honor of teaching a woman to ride here. She had multiple sclerosis, and her husband told me that the only time that she could sit up unassisted was on the back of the horse. And that really did it for me. It was such a special moment.
I had to see it to believe it. I had heard over the years that therapeutic riding was something that did work for the kids, but I've now actually seen it. And the managers here and the instructors are very capable of taking these kids that come to them with a number of challenges. And here at the ranch, they can actually get them on horseback and get them to relax, and for 30 minutes or an hour, enjoy the time that they're out here.
It's an opportunity to be where you often aren't able to be, both mentally and physically. That moves me now, and it moved me then, and I've been with the organization for more than a decade and have been very privileged to be a member of this organization.
Not only is it just a stunning place to be, but the community that is cultivated here is just as stunning, if not more than the landscape. And it's a very welcoming place to be.
Come out here and just experience what's done and get it from your own point of view, and it'll kind of capture you. Just the beauty of the place, the peacefulness of the place, and then what goes on in the place with the writing and the progression of these kids is amazing.
The people here care about each other, and they care about the horses, and they care about the riders, and they care about the family. If you have that kind of an organization, it's a very, very precious commodity, and it deserves to be supported.
This community has been building for the last 43 years, and it just keeps accumulating members, and it feels really amazing to be a part of that.
This community and this organization and this mission truly boosts people's self-esteem. It makes people feel good about what they're doing out here. It makes them feel good about meeting new people and making new friends. We support one another. It's a very inclusive environment. When you're here, our number one goal is to treat our riders and our participants just like we would anyone else.
And, I've heard a number of parents tell me that when their children come out here one day a week, some come out more often than that, but the one day a week, it's the happiest day of their week.
Thank you all so much for supporting Halleck Creek. We so appreciate your generosity and helping us to serve this special community.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Molly Scannell, and as the Executive Director at Halleck Creek Ranch, I know all the reasons that I love Halleck Creek, but it feels so good to hear the kind words and reflections of our community like we just did, and will continue to throughout the rest of our evening together. Halleck Creek has been near and dear to my heart for many, many years and has quite literally helped form who I am today. I began volunteering at the ranch when I was just 10 years old, and although things have changed a bit, the sense of community, inclusion, and belonging that Halleck Creek offered me back then is still very much alive today, 27 years later. As Executive Director, not only is it my job to ensure that our programs are running smoothly and that we serve our community effectively, but it's also my job to ensure that we have the funding to make it all possible. We operate our programs on a small, tight-knit staff and have the responsibility of caring for 18 therapy horses and our 60-acre ranch. As you can imagine, none of that comes cheaply. Contrary to popular belief, we do not receive any state or federal funding to support our mission. Instead, we raise most of our funds through foundation grants and generous donations from community members like you, who support our fundraising campaigns and events such as this one. Generally speaking, donor funding underwrites more than 75% of our program costs, thereby allowing us to offer a relatively affordable tuition to all of our participants. Even so, there are still some individuals who need additional financial assistance, and for those in need, we offer scholarships to ensure that no one is denied participation because of their inability to pay. Prior to the pandemic, we served nearly 100 families each week from throughout the greater Bay Area, but due to the pandemic, our riding program halted, suspending all tuition collection since this past March. This puts us at a potential projected loss of over $70,000 by the end of 2020. Tonight, we need your help to fund not only that gap, but the ongoing needs of our general operations, while our team continues working hard to think creatively, act thoughtfully, and love deeply as we find new ways to continue serving our community through reformatted programs and more. Donating is easy. Just click the donate button on this page or text the code HCR2020 to 202-858-1233. Or if you'd rather wait until later in the show to add to the excitement when Mike announces our live Fund a Need, that's great too. We're so grateful for any support you can give. The fact that you're joining us this evening is already proof to me that you care, and I hope that what we share with you during this event encourages you and give graciously as we raise critical funds to continue our mission. As you watch the show, I ask you personally to help us continue making a difference in the lives of the people we serve. Help us continue to connect kids and adults with gentle horses and caring community members, where the four strong legs of our horses take people into nature to experience things in a way they never thought possible. Thank you.
When the pandemic hit in March, our team came together to develop a solution-driven plan for reopening. We had to think creatively to ensure the safety and well-being of all participants, including the volunteers, our staff, the students, and their family members. Initially, with very little known about the virus, we were left without the ability to hold programming or utilize volunteer help. So our staff had to quickly refocus our efforts on the care and continued training of our 18 therapy horses and the upkeep of our 60-acre ranch. However, through emails, personal calls, social media, and Zoom calls, we discovered creative ways to stay connected with and to continue to serve our community. Of course, it's the people behind the scenes that make all of this possible. Thankfully, our dedicated volunteers have been able to safely return to the ranch to help care for our horses and facility, and we have begun offering reformatted programming once again. Since May, we've held weekly community Zoom calls open to both students and volunteers. These calls are joyful, often silly, shared spaces where we not only get to bring the horses and the ranch to those who cannot come out here in person, but also provide a space to share stories, join in on birthday celebrations, and even host a show and tell where we get a glimpse into what COVID life looks like for everyone outside the ranch. Along with these Zoom calls, we are also offering our Back to the Barn program. During this volunteer-led visit, the students and their family members spend time on the ranch, visiting and connecting with their favorite horses. New friendships are created through both of these programs that otherwise would not have happened had this situation not presented itself. We are excited about our next phase of reopening, where we will offer groundwork lessons in which students will be eye to eye with their horse, learning horsemanship skills such as grooming and horse handling. Using the natural therapeutic benefits of the horse, these activities will contribute positively to the cognitive, physical, emotional, and social well-being of our students.
The way the program is right now, it's allowing us to, get some things done that we've been planning. We're building a sensory trail down the road that, hopefully we can complete before actual riding starts again, and they'll be able to utilize it.
We're more focused on the horses. We're training the horses. We're walking the horses. We're feeding the horses. We're bathing the horses. They have to be maintained. Virus or no virus, we've got to keep them moving. We've got to keep them eating. And we've got to keep them ready for when we reopen the barn door here.
And so we have to learn how to get through the mask. And you do that by kindness. You do that by words. You do that by generosity. And that's what Halleck Creek is. So in a sense, Halleck Creek was a place for people to be unmasked. And we have to find ways to be unmasked together, even as we're still being safe with each other.
We have this incredible foundation that Halleck Creek has built over the past 40 plus years. And we have a unique opportunity to harvest everything that worked really well in that, and then change the things, big or small, to benefit us greater in the future moving forward.
Participants really truly miss the socialization aspect of what they gain out here. Socializing with the volunteers who've become their friends, the staff members who support their family members and their parents, and then of course socializing with the horses has been really has been really critical for them. And so to not be able to do that has really truly impacted their mental health, their motivation, and then of course, not being out and physically active has really truly impacted their physical well-being. And so to be able to provide a ranch visit out here for that socialization has been really critical and key. We need to raise these critical funds to support our programs currently, and our horses and our facility currently, as well as moving forward. We want to continue offering ranch visits until we can move into our next phase of programming, and we want to be able to continue offering them for free to our participants.
These are unprecedented times that require exceptional problem solving. And the team at Halleck Creek, although small but mighty, sure doing their part to think and act outside the box to continue to serve our community. And not only has the pandemic affected their ability to safely serve people, it's also directly affected one of our team members. Halleck Creek's volunteer coordinator, Sarah Gallagher, lost her father-in-law, Mario Aranda, to COVID-19 on August 26th. As a fighter and an activist, Mario wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo and to make sure people had a voice. He had a bias for inclusion and demanded seats at the table for everyone. He felt the struggle deep in his bones for a more inclusive nation, and he spent his time planting seeds in others to help it grow. In honor of Mario and the sense of inclusion and acceptance he stood for, I invite you this evening to support Halleck Creek by making a gift to the Mario J. Aranda Memorial Fund by clicking on Mario's team page below this window, or text the code HCR 2020 to 202-858-1233. That's code HCR 2020 to 202-858-1233. And thank you for your generous support.
We had known that fires were starting to break out throughout California, Sonoma County, Santa Cruz, even in Marin County, we knew that there was a fire. And truth be told, as I drove from Petaluma into Nicasio, as I came over the hill in Nicasio Valley with the Dulcini Dairy down below and the reservoir, there was obviously a lot of smoke, and it was dark. It was about 11:15, and there was a lot of smoke on the ridge line, and there was a glow, and it looked like the fire was on the ridge.
So we, our staff met at the ranch and decided that it's time to evacuate. We've always been told you have to evacuate early. So we made the decision, instead of sheltering in place, to leave. The hosts here were so wonderful. They met us at the gate and had flashlights and water and had set up separate pens for our horses. And so we went through the process of unloading them here and finished about 4 a.m. But it was a pretty smooth transition, and we were so glad that we did it under the situation.
When I was evacuated from the fires in Santa Cruz, I ended up coming up back home, and it has just been really helpful for me to be out with the horses and stuff like that, because the horses can be a handful sometimes. So it's always good to have help, and everyone's so appreciative. So I'm happy to lend a hand whenever, and all these horses mean so much to me. Sometimes I've been sleeping over, helping at the night shift, and we usually start our day about 6:30 in the morning. We make sure all the horses get fed, get their grain, get their medicines and whatever they need in their breakfast, and then we go and we clean their pens, and then we after that we start trying to get them out when it's still cool and there's less smoke. There's definitely a lot of initial stress, you know, when you move the horses and they're in a new place. A lot of these horses have never been here before, which I think is pretty scary for them at first. I think a lot of them are settling in, which is good. And support that we've received even while being here, just like people that want to bring food and want to help out and clean stalls, or everyone is really generous and wants to lend a hand, which is awesome. And I think that support helps so much, and that the sooner we can get the horses back to the ranch, the sooner hopefully we can start the program again and get kids out again and get people riding and enjoying what Halleck Creek does. And
Morningstar Farm has been incredibly gracious hosting us here at the ranch. We feel really, really lucky to have the support of our community. You know, Halleck Creek has been around for over 40 years, and so our mission and our programs are well known. And it's amazing to me that so many community members will, you know, drop everything and come to our need. You know, it takes a village, and it's been amazing, and we're really grateful for their support.
Our goal is to get back to Halleck Creek as soon as possible, and we were just setting up to start a groundwork program with our riders and participants to get them back out to the ranch just on a part-time basis, and just have a few more meetings with our Halleck Creek families with the horses.
Halleck Creek's fires and the COVID-19 have dampened our spirits, but not done anything but strengthen our resolve and fill us with an inspired rising that we will come to. Please take a look now at some of the footage from our parents and volunteers.
I connected with Halleck Creek because of our oldest daughter, Elena, who's diagnosed on the autism spectrum. And my wife was looking for a lot of different activities that we could get her involved with. And she came across Halleck Creek. Someone recommended that maybe she start doing horseback riding. And so my wife took her out there, and she was just blown away. And she told me I had to get out there and I had to come see what was happening out there at the creek. And so when I went out to the ranch, I mean, I was nothing short of amazed what was happening. All the people that were involved, how caring everybody was, and just how much attention they were paying to Elena to let her be who she is and to teach her to ride a horse. It was one of my proudest moments that I remember.
There's many autistic kids that have benefited from therapeutic riding. I've had several parents tell me that their child did the first words on a horse. And I think it's part of that is due to the rhythm and the balancing. And for a whole lot of individuals, horses are really beneficial. Veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome have had wonderful experiences with horses. Now, I'm a big promoter of horse activities.
The whole organization, you can feel, is geared towards the students. It's to help the students progress. It's to help the students succeed, not just on a ranch, but in life. This is about mental health, and this is about fostering a support system, especially during this COVID-19 circumstances that we find ourselves in, that really is a unique program. It's not something, it's not like you can go on the internet and look at nature. This is experiencing nature firsthand, and it's experiencing nature with a caring staff. And that is essential to all of our health, psychologically and physically.
Since the programs for the riders have been disrupted, it's just crucial at this time that we're able to support the location, the horses especially, the staff, to keep the program ongoing. It's just vital that they receive financial support primarily at this time. To everyone who's watching and who's participating in this event, we thank you so much. This program is so meaningful to so many people, especially the kids. It means so much for them to come out and ride their favorite horse and have that connection and be outside and have that experience that's outside their normal restrictive life. So appreciate your opening your heart and contributing what you can during this really important time. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mission of Halleck Creek Ranch is so powerful and so moving. And as long as I have been involved with them, I have watched them do the magic of medicine for the human spirits there. Not just the participants and their moms and dads, their families, their brothers and sisters, but also in so many ways when our visitors come. I remember taking combat veterans out there and watching the magic of watching what a horse and a young person who's lonely or isolated and needs a trail ride. And when you see them on that horse and you watch our tough combat vets watch this magic, these moments, there's an incredible strength of spirit in the horse that transfers to all of us. It is indeed medicine for the human spirit. And that's what Halleck Creek is all about. In the many years that I've been out there watching the magic, I get overwhelmed sometimes just to be with the staff. But I think more than that, bringing my family and letting them see what happens out there and the great gift that it is. I am honored that in 2014, I won the Silver Buckle Award. I wear it every day. And as my buddy Dan Stedman, an old cowboy, said, it is Mike Pritchard as a billboard for Halleck Creek Ranch. I am so honored to be here today and to honor the folks that are here. Please watch our video of some of the testimonies of our honorees from the past who have the Silver Buckle Award for our Miss Pam King.
Halleck Creek is a prime opportunity for people to get involved with horses. I mean, for me, I recognize the importance of how they help me be who I want to be. And Halleck Creek gives that opportunity to other people as well. Everyone wants to be involved. Everyone wants to help. Everyone wants to support. And to have a group of people that all want to build each other up is something that honestly can be rare to find. But Halleck Creek Ranch does a very good job of that. We know how COVID-19 has affected all of us. It's in one way or another. And Halleck Creek Ranch provides such freedom and happiness for people that I feel like we need to reach out and continue to support them. It's such a family. It's such an environment that is going to continue to help other people be happy and move forward. And that's what really matters. I mean, even in these difficult times where we tend to look at ourselves and how it's affecting us, it will help us all if we look out amongst each other and realize what we can do to still raise each other up.
During this time of uncertainty in our history and with COVID and the wildfires in California and having to evacuate horses from Halleck Creek, it's really heartwarming to know that a community of people are coming together to help raise funds to keep this organization going, to take care of all these horses, and to give all of the participants an opportunity to keep doing something that they truly love, to be able to get into the outdoors and be able to ride horses and be able to come together socially and have all of these things in their lives, all because a group of people came together and helped keep this organization going.
What more could you ask for? We're changing lives here. And in order to change lives, we need to support Halleck Creek, in any way that we can, whether it's with our time or our good-natured funds, whatever we can do. Let me be very genuine and transparent and say that Halleck Creek wouldn't be around if it wasn't for you. And the success that we have tonight is because of you, your everlasting support, and your continual giving to this amazing ranch and this amazing mission and everything that we do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
So many people believe so deeply in the important work that Halleck Creek Ranch does, and we know that you do too. So tonight, I join my fellow emeritus honorees and ask that you give tonight at whatever level is meaningful to you, because Halleck Creek cannot provide these life-changing experiences without your help. Folks, tonight is all about lifting others, building stronger community, and helping one of the Bay Area's longest running therapeutic riding programs weather this storm. We all know how critical programs such as Halleck Creek were for people with disabilities prior to the pandemic. And now opportunities like these are more important than ever. Imagine having a kid with autism or cerebral palsy, a child who struggles to play and interact with peers in a meaningful way, who struggles physically and gets access to wild spaces full of nature and wonder. And now imagine, as a parent, discovering a place like Halleck Creek Ranch where everyone belongs and where people are viewed not by their limitations, but for their potential. Halleck Creek gives families hope, providing them opportunities to celebrate their child's victories despite the challenges they may be facing. Halleck Creek funds the gap that's been created by this pandemic. Just click the yellow donate button above this window to give, or text the code HCR 2020 to 202-858-1233. It's that simple. And if you haven't seen already, your donation will automatically be added to our list of supporters over on the right-hand side of your screen. No gift truly is too small, and each and every donation you make tonight will make an impact on their ability to continue to connect individuals with horses and nature. We know you care deeply about Halleck Creek, and that's why you're here with us tonight. Help them reach their goals so that they can keep providing these life-changing experiences, making a difference to so many in need. And again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping make this event a success. And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes my favorite part of the event, where we welcome and honor Miss Pamela, a remarkable, inspiring spirit, into the ranks of the Silver Buckle honoree, Pam King.
I just want to say, provide a warm welcome to Pam, who is the writer and the award winner who rides at Halleck Creek herself. Pam, I actually was honored to win the Silver Buckle Award and earn the Silver Buckle Award 3 years ago. I know what it feels like to be in that position, and I just want to say congratulations for what you've done, and just enjoy tonight.
To this year's honoree, Pamela King. As a former honoree, I know how an amazing opportunity it is to be honored by such a great organization as Halleck Creek Ranch. And learning about Pamela through talking with Molly and talking with Pamela, I know she travels a great distance just to get to her lessons, and she's a very dedicated participant and has been for many years. So it's my great honor, actually, to be able to introduce someone who is so passionate about riding horses and being involved with Halleck Creek. This year's honoree is Pamela King.
You know, I can't walk, wait. I can walk. But I can work with the horse. You know, I can do that. Here, there's no word like you can't, like there's no word like you can't do it. Whatever I need, whatever I want to do, they say, okay, let's do it. They'll give you like an opportunity to do it. Whether you do it or not, whether you fail or not. they'll give you opportunity to do it. I mean, they're like very supportive. Like, cause I don't get that kind of support really anywhere else. I mean, it's very rare that I get that kind of support. You know, but it's here you can just do what you gotta do. You know, people should support this Halleck get it awesome. They care. Oh, the thing is, they really care. They really care about who you are. Oh, I love the volunteers because they're why I provide. They're the reason why I could be here to ride. They love being here. They love helping out. To be a part of Otter Creek is worth it. It's worth being here. It's worth what they give us. Give me the support and the freedom to be able to like do what we're doing on the horse. And they know your disability or your challenges, and they work with you. One of my goals is to ride independently. It helps you be independent. It helps you. It tells you when I'm on the horse, I feel like when I'm not freaking out, because I do freak out, but I need it. After I freak out, I'm relaxed. And when I get relaxed, I could then move. I could then be comfortable in riding. That's like the number one goal. Is to like relax and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And it's about like being one with the horse. I feel like being able to move your body, move my body without the chair. It's really it. You know, I feel like I can do anything. When I'm on the horse, I want to do this and scream. I'm on the horse, you know, without the chair, you know, with me and the horse. Like I'm free. Like I'm free.
Pamela, I am so honored to be here tonight to celebrate with you the Silver Buckle Award. For those of you who do not know, this award is presented to be an honoree who embodies Halleck Creek's motto of life without barriers. Each year we acknowledge and recognize an individual who is both living their life without barriers, as well as encouraging and inspiring others around them to do the same. We feel strongly that Pamela King embodies this motto and strives each day to live her life without barriers. She is an inspiration to us all. And for that, we present to you the Silver Buckle Award.
I didn't do anything to myself. Oh.
You gotta take it. It's all yours, girlfriend. Isn't it beautiful? Thank you, guys. Now you need to find a good milk.
Inspire comes from the Greek word to breathe in the spirit. We want to thank Pam for her inspiring spirit. And speaking of inspiring spirits, I want to thank our inspiring donor base. And here's a few that we are so glad to have with us tonight. The William H. Donner Foundation, the Mary Jane Pesha, the next one up is the Blue Dot Barn, the Buse family, Bill Barboni, High Tide Foundation, Hennessy Cornerstone Value Fund. We thank you all so much. So tonight, I ask that you dig deep and give meaningfully in these next few minutes to unlock that pledge and help to reach our goal. Halleck Creek's goal for this event is to raise $200,000. It's their largest fundraising event of the year and the one they rely on most to provide them with operating income for roughly a third of their annual budget. While the pandemic and local wildfires have put a few bumps in their path, the folks at Halleck Creek know firsthand how it takes and what we need to do to break through barriers to reach these goals. And tonight, they need your help to make this event a huge success. I'm excited to report that we have not one, but two matching pledges totaling $30,000 to help us reach that goal. A huge thank you that goes out to William H. Donner Foundation and to Mary Jane Pesha for offering those pledges tonight's event. We can all raise that at least $30,000 extra with this to 60. Folks, these funds will be matched dollar for dollar, doubling the power of each donation. So now, folks, I'll be encouraging you all to give at various levels during this live Fund a Need. And all you have to do is click the yellow donate button at the top of your screen to make your donation. Keep your eye on the goal thermometer and below the window as it automatically updates and increases with each donation. And if you rather text to give, just text the code HCR 2020 to 202-858-1233. That's HCR 2020 to phone number 202-858. Okay, let's get this party started. Now, I know that not everyone can afford to give $5,000 tonight, but for those of you who can, your donation of $5,000 could help Halleck Creek purchase a new four-wheeler quad to help us with the feeding and daily chores around the ranch. They currently own two quads, but they're becoming a little older and they're suffering from years of heavy use. And a tool of this type is critical to operations 7 days a week out on the ranch. Okay, let's move on to the 2,500 level. If you can give 2,500, folks, please do so. You're digging into your pocket, but you're digging into your heart as well to show that we can help give these folks an amazing life event. Your donation of $2,500 helps underwrite the cost of basic care for one therapy horse for a year, including hoof care, shoeing, feed, and routine veterinary care. Here's a fun fact for you to know. Halleck Creek horses get their hooves trimmed and are reshod every 7 weeks. That's 7 shoeing bills a year, and I was thinking maybe I was high maintenance, but not like that. For those of you who can give $1,000, we're asking you to go there. Your donation, it will provide a 75% scholarship to a student in full need for a year of equine-assisted activities and therapeutic riding. This is equal to the students and their family paying less than $350 for an entire year of services from Halleck Creek Ranch. Think with us, folks. think about how you can shift a person's life and the factors of they're connected to the greater good of community, and lift families that are sometimes impoverished and just need for all of us to reach out and see them and their needs. I am truly in such awe of the generosity that's being displayed tonight. I don't know how many of you know this, but Halleck Creek Ranch also provides summer camps to children and young adults with special needs, and their family members and sometimes their friends who can come with them and participate with them. Now you know what makes these camps so special. Other than the people who help run them, they're very inclusive. So typically, developing siblings and peers, they can attend these camps as well from your generosity, from your largesse. And your donations tonight of just $500 helps provide a full scholarship to a student in need for 1 week of inclusive summer camp. Okay, folks, this will be our final level during this Fund a Need portion of our evening. So for those of you who wish to give $250 or less, now is the time. Your gift of $250 provides 3 months of routine hoof care and shoeing for one of our 18 therapy horses. And a donation of $100, it'll help purchase equipment and tack for us in these programs, while a gift of $50 will provide a private lesson to one person with special needs. Don't forget, you can click on the yellow donate button above, text HCR 2020 to 202-858-1233 to give, whether it be tonight or in the days that follow from here. And we ask you to take a look at this and talk to your friends about it too. We need their assistance and help. If they weren't watching tonight, get them to kick in. This fundraising page will be up for some time, and as we are recording tonight's events, so if you know of someone who couldn't be here tonight, be sure to encourage them to come back and watch to be inspired and to learn more about Halleck Creek Ranch. And thank you again from all of us for making a success for Halleck Creek Ranch. Let me show you what has happened here, folks. Dee and Richard, wow. $10,000. Denise Filikowski, $2,500. Awesome. Sue and Gordon Gaddy, $1,000. Encho Ovier family just gave $500. Thank you so much. Nancy Sir and Abraham Simmons gave $250. This is incredible, folks. Thank you so much. And the Gallagher family gave $100 in loving memory of Mario. Hey, Gallagher family, you guys are awesome. So you think about this, folks, and you see where we're jumping in here. We had COVID, we had fires, but the rising up comes from your hearts. You see us for who we are and what we can provide to the community. You are awesome, and we very much appreciate your generosity, your love, your compassion, and your connection to the greater good.
Thank you for supporting Halleck Creek.
Thank you so much for supporting Halleck Creek Ranch.
So thank you for everyone that has helped fundraise and helped donate and given of your time to this amazing organization like Halleck Creek Ranch.
Honestly, you're making such a difference. And for me, knowing what it means to be around horses and what it means to have that environment, I can truly tell you you're making a difference. And I just want to thank you personally for all the work that you're doing.
I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to hear our testimonials about Halleck Creek. It is a wonderful organization. We wish them many, many years going forward. And we very much look forward to being a part of that going into the future.
So on behalf of the board of directors, management, and Halleck Creek Ranch, we just want to send a special thank you, honestly, to all the volunteers, to all of you who are able to attend this special event so we could earn the contributions that we need to do so we could continue to develop the ranch and everything that we need to progress this amazing place that we have. And this really just doesn't get done without you and all your involvement. So I want to truly say thank you very much.
Thank you all again so much for taking the time out of your busy lives to be with us tonight. We cannot thank you enough for all of the love and support you've shown us tonight, and we hope you've enjoyed our show. I'm also excited to share with you tonight that we are officially moving into our next phase of reopening and will begin offering groundwork lessons this coming Tuesday. While we're not back to riding just yet, we can't wait to share this unique opportunity with our students and look forward to their return to the ranch to work with their horses. None of this would be possible if it weren't for your support. So for that, I thank you from the deepest depths of my heart. And thank you so much to our past honoree, Michael Pritchard, for emceeing for us tonight and supporting us through and through. Michael has a heart of gold, and I wish that I could hug him if it weren't for social distancing.
You know, thank you all again. Thank you, Molly. Her father is a retired firefighter, and she is the living embodiment of service, sacrifice, love, compassion. And I know you're proud of her, Pop, and so are we, everybody. Thank you all again for joining us tonight and helping make this event a great success. And whether you're a community donor, a board member, a volunteer, a participant, a mom or dad, a Halleck Creek Ranch would not be what it is today and not be able to overcome this year's challenge and continue to change lives if it weren't for your support. And before we go, I'd like to announce the winner of our social media challenge for one of the greatest number of individual donors per team member on this fundraising. Tonight's winner of a $100 gift card to Rancho Nicasio is the Wojnowski family. Wow! We totally love you, man. Woo! Wojnowski's rule. Great family. You know, let me just say this, okay? It's been an honor and a pleasure to be here tonight with all of the folks here. We ask you to take a look and talk to your friends about who we are and what we do. Think about the loving souls that are there. Think about the staff that lifts up. Think about the firefighters who risk everything every day to help make places like this exist. You guys are awesome. We know the Bay Area loves the people in our community, and we know that community unity is what builds the human heart and spirit. Thank you. Have a great night. Appreciate your generosity.